Hi, it's Jez here. Thank you for joining me. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. And thank you very much for popping along. And so I've got two books here. I recently bought these in two different charity shops. They're not very old. I think they're both from the 50s. That says Christmas 1949 on it. And it was published in 1949, and this one is similar, 1956, but this one's Greek. How cool's that? And look, there's people's writing in it. I love it. And so I bought this one because I thought Greek wording in something would look nice, something a little bit different. This one I bought because there was lots of plain pages, which I quite like. The margins were quite thick, so I thought I can stamp words on that. I liked the paper. It was quite thick. It was quite cheap. This one was £1.25. I think this was a similar price, and I thought it's a nice size, both of these, and I thought I could make journals using these as the covers, as well as then using the book pages themselves. So that is what I was thinking. So this one's also got quite nice plain paper as well. So I'm going to get the book and I'm going to do Roxy's Weekly Challenge. I don't think I've ever filmed a Roxy's Weekly Challenge. If you're a junk journaling fan, I'm sure you know. So Roxy Creations, she sets a weekly challenge every week. And by the time this goes out, it will probably be last week, the week before, not quite sure. But I wanted to try it anyway. So she did some she did some collaging on a book page, and then stamped on it and made some tall, thin tags, which I liked the idea of. And she started off with some book page and she collaged on top of book page with like neutrals and planes and not too much pattern, and then sort of stamped on top. Normally it's much easier when you do the back, but that was in the way. Anyway, it's gone now, so I can cut down here because I want to make sure I keep cover intact, so I didn't want to be putting my knife through this at all. So yeah, I'm going to use that for a journal. And I like, oh, let me close that up before I like do myself a damage. I love that, and I love the fact that I've got some writing on. I don't know what 5x63 means. So we've got some nice plain pages, so they're quite cool. So they could be some of the neutral. What I like, something like this, put on the back of a tag, sort of for writing on. Likewise that one. Likewise that one. So I like to put my plain pages to one side. There's a lot of plain on that and that one. Getting loads of plain on this. Not so much that one, but we have got a lot of plain on that one. There we go. So that's very cool, that. And I know some people use these like for gluing on, and then they'll fold it up and they've got like the base of a tag. So they will be tall, thin tags if I'm using this as the base. I quite like this. I've got plain pages at the back. No. So that's what I've got. So I might do my collage in on this side, so that, and then if I turn that into two tags, it's almost all plain on the back. So that would be cool. Cool and dandy. Gonna have a special place for those. So let me bring in some paper for gluing on. So I'm not using those. I'm going to pull out, pull out a drawer that's now got things all over the place. I want some neutral bits, so we'll have that. So I like slightly more ordered. I don't want rips. I've done, oh, that's not very straight. I've done like ripping things up before, just sort of randomly, and I've not liked it as much as if I'd done things like I'm doing now, more straighter. So oh, look at that. So most of this is packaging, envelopes, some tea-dyed paper, oh, like that. Love that side of it. So this is one of the reasons why I really liked this challenge, is because it's stamping, and I do like to do a bit of stamping, but it was picking out neutral things of different colours, and that kind of appealed to me. And then it's sticking labels on, which also appeals to me very much. So I may well have enough here. I liked that I just sort of picked out at the end. Something else a little bit different. And I have got a few new stamps that I want to play with as well, which I think would work well in this project. Right, let's see. Let's see how we get on with this lot. Now, the other thing I liked that Rachel did was, so she didn't need too much, worry too much about the glue book. She sort of put glue stick just in the middle, so you weren't overlapping, and then put better glue around the edges. And I thought, oh well, that's pretty genius. So gonna do that. I'll link down below to Roxy's Creations, just in case you've never come across her. But she does some great projects. Often, I don't know where she gets the supplies from, but she has shed loads of like really old, oh, I never used my glue stick on that, mind you. It was quite oh, I might use that side. Obviously I'd stuck something to that, or I'd printed on top of this sort of faux parchment there. So quite like that. Yeah, she gets the most amazing ephemera. So that's always nice to see. Oh look, you can see through that. Love it. Let's put something big on. So I thought this took me about 10 minutes, so I thought I would speed it up, not fully speeded, but speed up a bit so that I can get through it quickly. So I am continuing with glue stick and wet glue. Collage I use to stick these things down. I've got my dry baby wipe there ready to mop up any glue. I didn't put glue stick on that. I did keep forgetting, and actually I think I was quicker without using it, so I just decided I'd just carry on then with my Collage glue and filling in all of the gaps. Collage glue is a solvent-based glue, widely available and cheap in the UK. If you're not in the UK, I'm not sure if you can get it, but I've heard it's very similar to Beacon 3-in-1, which is not cheap in the UK. I pay about £16 for a litre of Collage glue, and I usually buy that about once a year, and that sorts me out, which I don't think is bad for glue, really. So yeah. So I'm just finding some last little bits to fill in some of the wee gaps that I've got there in the collage. Now, I do realise that after filming most of this, I kind of caught up with Roxy's video, Rachel's video on Roxy's creation, and she did much bigger pieces. So it didn't actually take quite so long. So here I am, just putting some of those little ends that you get in ring binders that have got perforations down them for your like lined paper, and I just take the rings out, and so it leaves these interesting strips which I quite like to randomly put about. And then I'm just going to go over with my credit card there, it was a Sky card, just to make sure that it's fully adhered, and then just trim off all the excess edges. And then I get a blending brush and just go over with some ink. I think it needs a little bit more ink on there, Jess. Picks up those edges quite nice, and then you can see where you might need some more sticking. There we go. And we do need a little bit of sticking here. So there we have that. Needs a bit of straightening up. So, and this is where we might end up with another bit of scrap. There we go. So we are 4 3/4 there. So that is 2 3/8, I think, would be the centre point of that. Slightly out, don't really matter. So there we have it. Is that straight? Is that even straight? Not all together, I don't think. Maybe it's not quite straight. There. Yeah, I think that might have been our problemo. So that's gone down to 2.5. That's cool. Are we happy with that one? Yep. So there is our 2 tags. Like so. I'm thinking that if I do another one, I might use bigger pieces because they're quite little pieces on there. On the back there, we have mostly white. Bit there that's not, but I quite like that. I might just put a little strip down there. I think a little strip might be quite cool. I think I'll use my little decollage trimmer. My latest toy. I love it. This was my post-Christmas spend. I had a little bit of money that I was able to spend. How much am I going to come in? Just past the blade bit. Oh, come on, Jess. What are you playing at? So, about there. About there. Cook it on gas. Yeah, like it. And then on the other, we'll come down. About there, maybe. Yep. That will do. Let's give it a bit of a an inky dinky. Yep. I am very pleased with my new toy. There we go. So glue them down and then we can get on with the fun bit of stamping. I think Roxy did far more, or Rachel, far more collage pages than I've done, but I think she maybe used bigger pieces, so I might do another one where I'm using bigger pieces. So that's that. I'm gonna do another sheet. Oh. Do you know what I might do? What might you do, Jess? I might pull out this page, pull out this page, and stick that on there. So because I want as much on the back to be clear, I'm gonna like that. Stick it down there. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Then that'll be the back of the tag, and I will collage on the other side, but with bigger bits. So I think Rachel does 45 minutes. I'll do that upside down. So that, much of the straight edge on that side as I can get. There we go. So that'll be the back side of the tag. It'll be folded in half. I can do another strip down like I did on the other. There we go. So now we can do a little bit of, so let's take some bigger pieces. Now I'm gonna use this. That's a nice big piece. That's a fairly big piece. So we can stick these down. I think that was something, I can't remember. I don't know if you're like me, I watch videos and I think, oh yeah, I know what you're doing. And I don't really take much notice, and I'm crafting anyway. So I forget half of what I've seen. Oh, I'm going to do that the other way around so that that straight edge is to the bottom. There we go. Terrible thing is, I was re-inking something and yeah, I ended up with that all over myself. So like before, I thought I'd speed this up a bit. It didn't really take me as long. It was much quicker using bigger bits, obviously, because there's less pieces of paper that you're inking and placing. And I worked out, because sometimes I'm a bit slow, that if I put pieces like all the way across horizontally, because I'm cutting it vertically, that those bits would be on each tag, so it would actually look like there were smaller bits anyway. So that's kind of what I sort of ended up doing. So yeah, I stuck that down, and then I realised, oh well, that was just going to be on one piece, so I sort of moved it. You do get a bit of wiggle time with the Collage glue, which is fortunate, because I often need to rip off what I just put down and replace it, so it is very forgiving. The other glue I like is the green and white Tombow multi-purpose glue, and that, well, that's a pretty quick stick, that quick stick. And so yeah, there's although there's a little bit of wigglage, there's not much of being able to rip it off and put it back down, especially when some of these pieces of paper are quite thin. I also find with Collage is that you don't get any warping and it does add a little bit of stiffness to your project as well. So if you've got thin paper, it kind of adds GSM or poundage to it, which I quite like. So yeah, so I'm just smoothing that out, making sure all the glue is spread about, and then I'm going to add some ink with my blending brush so that all the edges of the paper have got a little bit of ink on it. And then I'm just showing you a new purchase, some oxide glues, inks even. I've got 4 now to play with, so there I'm just neatening up the edges with, and then I remember, oh, I need to chop it in half. So, oh, actually, and that didn't look too straight. So there we go. 4 tags. So let's look at them. So you can see that I use lots of littler ones on that, and this one's got less. I think the bigger pieces worked much better. Personally, that's what I think. I'm gonna tag top them with my punch. Yeah, I'm gonna do that as the top, and then completely immediately changes her mind. So gonna put the slit in there. That way and that way, and actually that worked really well because it wasn't quite meeting there. So that's that. Might go that way because that'll take most of that off, won't it? It will, just. That's kind of eyeball where the centre is. There we go. I'm going to do this the other way. You get 2 different styles of the top. So I do like to do both. I'm going to do the top on this one. You could just use a... Oh, I meant to stick something down there, though I don't think it really matters at all. I like to do me slit first because you've got more surface area. There we go. That's them, back. That back's fine. I think that's absolutely fine. That's fine. That's fine, I don't mind that. Especially when it's not in English. Right, so we need to ink round it. And then I might speed this little bit up. Okay, so they're all done, and so I've got Dainty Delight out, and I've got 4 nice sort of florals and foliage on that. I've got my soft suede. I'm trying to think whether or not actually what Roxy did was stamp on the individual bits and then cut it up. I can't remember what she did. So I'm thinking this big one, I'm just going to put that as a main focal point across all of these. I think that will work quite well. Yep, Liking that. I might do a little bit of patchwork on this one, and I might do that one on there. Might have that one on there. Come in with that across there. Then it's as if I have done that. I'll have a bit of that coming across. And then can have that going up there. Quite different, right? That's screaming for something up there. Gonna put that up there. Gonna put that down there. There we are. I've got two quite light ones together there. I'm wondering if on this one I might use one of my new stamps. New to me, not a new stamp. It's an old stamp, but I've just acquired it. It's this one. And I loved this. Loved it, loved it. So opens here. I think it's like a ship's log. And I thought it would be fabulous. So let's put him. I don't know why I've called it a he. Put him up there. That's gorgeous. I knew I'd like it. Stick this across the bottom there. And what I might do is on some of these have a little, oops, hint of it. Right. And I'm going to have to stop because our dinner's ready. Just had the call. So I'm going to stop there for now and come back to it. I've literally just left everything. I had dinner and then that was the end of it. I did have a little bit of red wine that I thought I wanted, and I did. So, so we just stamped those, hadn't we? And I sort of did some little extra bits. So that's cool. I'm gonna might get the globe out. So I did buy it just for that, but I quite like that as well. So let's do that. I think this might look nice, especially in a travel journal. Get up. I did go and have a little look at Roxy Creations video again, and she did stamp afterwards. She didn't stamp the little individual places. She did like kind of do a big one on each. So I am doing it differently, but it doesn't matter. There's no rules yet like that. Maybe I'll do that little anchor and that, make this that sort of theme, liking that. Shall we try and get the north at the top? Can't really read. Can't really read. It'll be what it is. There we go. Ah, there's the north. I might do this one. Try and get it where it's supposed to be. Yeah. Liking that. I never thought I'd use the ship, but I'm now thinking, in for a penny, in for a pound. And we do have a gap there. That one in there. That one in there. And I want something in there. Maybe I'll put a little bit more of the ship's log. So yep. Yep. That's cool. Cool, cool, cool. She also backed on the back, so I completely misremembered that. Totally. But that's okay. And I just realised it's Friday, so she'll be doing another one today. So I'm going to be well behind. Right, so that's that. That's all the stamping. So then the last thing she did, I'll clean those and put them away afterwards, was she added some labels. And she used some Tracy labels. And I have a selection in here. I've also got some of my own stamped labels that I made, and then I've got some that I've cut up from, these are mostly post orientated. So yeah, I quite like these brown ones, will look quite nice, won't they? Oh, and I've got a ticket as well. So that's quite a big one there. God, I can't even pick them up. I have completely lost all my nails, and I got so used to them. Should have a bit of natural history there. Yeah. Oh. Balance on there. Don't want blue. What have we got in here? Can't even read half of those. That. She had some that went round the back as well. So let's stick those ones down, and then we'll maybe put some others on. I think I'm going to be just inside the hour without any need to speed up, although I don't know, I probably will speed up some bits. I think that's dried out overnight, Jess. But we'll see. Not sure that they really need inking because they're all dark around the edge. I might chop that one a little bit. I like to take the corners off, but at least this is taking away the white core. Yeah, that's upside down, I know. Right, I can snip off a little core of this, little corners there. Flying without glasses. Do that a little bit. Oh, not very straight, Jez. It's because I can't see. There we go. Oh, there's me thinking, oh, that was pretty straight. I've no idea. Absolutely no idea, to be fair. There we go. We'll have that. Right, upside down, I know. So now we'll get these stuck down. I've got those little bits I've just cut off are like everywhere. That's what I was thinking. I could have put something across there to come around. I might still do that. There we go. Got anything on the back of that? No, it's fine. Stick that one down there. I'm going to pick out another one so it's like balanced. Balanced. And I'm just right balanced there. Oh dear. All right, so there's one that's there. So if I'm going to put this one further down, because I'll put one round that one. Oh, I've got glue on there now. Right, so let's have, because that looks a bit similar. Did have a brainwave last night as I was trying to sleep. And I then think about, oh, what videos could I do? And I was like, oh, try and make some labels. Right, what I'm going to do is put the fold in, because that just make it easier, I think. Quite like that. And something else I quite like is bit of that, bit of that. Okay, anything else that, oh, I was going to put something around there, wasn't I? Oh, I got a nice real long one. Got that one. It will slightly curl around the back, but that is the biggest one I've got there, so. There we go. So I'm going around there. Not much of a turn, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be. Don't think you saw that. I was just gluing. Let's go up a bit there. found a bit of ephemera. So there we go. So gold sort of thin wire. That was on my wine bottle. Save that for something. Don't know what, but I'm going to save it for something. So there we go. So that one's got 2 on it. That one's just got a hint of something there. Let's put something else on there. Right, we've got these wee ones. Like that. So this really is only serving a purpose of not being able to see that white core. Like that. There we go. Just stick that over where that sort of misstamped. And then I love that. And that'll be that. And then I want something to put in the end in my holes, or I might just leave it without anything just yet, because I might put through here whatever might match the journal I'm making. So there we have it. My first Roxy Weekly Challenge. That was number 5, I believe. So I think it just sort of counts week 1 from the first week of the year, etc. So there we go. It's probably not, it won't be coming out in week 5. She'll have done another by now. But there we go. That is my tags. And I'll say I'll add something to the top when I have a journal to put in. I think I prefer the ones that are less busy. I think I prefer these 2. But yeah, I think that's quite a cool idea. And then all this journaling space on the back. Liking it. So yeah, I will probably do some more Roxy Weekly Challenges. And yeah, so don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll link down to any stamp sets that I use. These ones you can buy, you can't buy them ones. Okay, bye for now. Thanks for joining me.